pocket change, like a quarter or a nickel or a dime. And what they would do is that they would stick it in the floorboards, because back home everybody just kind of had like barnboard flooring, so there was creases in the floor. And what they would do is that they would take those coins and then they would stick them in the floor, and then they would bend over without their knees or their elbows or their hands touching. They would just bend over, and they would pick up that change from beneath those, in between those creases of the floorboards with their teeth. And it was just to kind of show, you know, like how healthy they were. So that's what they would say, because this was old men, like in their 80s, that was doing this. They would do that for entertainment. Because there was no video games back then, there was no iPhones or anything like that, where there's games on there. There was no casinos where they could go to and entertain themselves. There was no TVs, there was no radios or anything like that. So that's what we had to do, is that we had to entertain ourselves, find ways to entertain ourselves. So that's what our people would do, is that they would challenge each other with these different feats, you know, to kind of see how physically fit they were. And that was kind of, you know, something to be, to feel good about yourself, was to be physically well in who you are. And so that's kind of where this next dance was born out of, was our ability to do those kinds of things. So that's what they would say, is that they would take a fluff of an eagle feather or any other kind of bird, maybe it was a hawk or some kind of bird that had the downy feathers, and they would put that on the ground if they didn't have any change. And then they would sing these songs, and they would dance up, and then they would dance in a circle around where that feather was. And then when the song changed, then they would bend over and then they would try and pick that feather up with their teeth. And so that's kind of what they would do. They would do that to try and, again, to see how healthy they were. If they were in a good way, if they were actually physically able to do that without having their hands or their elbows or their knees touch. The only thing that could touch was their feet. So at this time, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get our guy dancers to come on out, and we're going to see how healthy they are, see how fit they are, see if they're able to do that. And so we're going to sing a couple of these songs, and we're going to see where we're at after this. I don't know, I think if you guys make some noise for them, cheer for them.